everybody, I'm Joey Poole and I'm an indie author, and today we're going to be talking about my life over the past month. As we usually do in these segments, I will split it into 3 parts and we'll start with work. I managed 24 chapters, 101 pages and 57,352 words in May, and I was really pleased with that. I finished both Invisible and Cramming Chronicles. I finished Invisible on May 25th and I finished Cramming Chronicles The Third Ache on May 27th, and both books took me 5 months and 2 weeks. The endings kind of snuck up on me. I was getting ready to plan June and realised I would be reaching the end of both books in May. Normally I would have known that in advance and have been planning when to start the next 2. But it means I also had to do a lot of planning because the second book in the Invisible trilogy is called Translucent, and I'm super pumped about getting it started. A lot of the planning for Invisible went out the window once I realised it was a trilogy and not a duology. However, I am so happy with how it's gone and super excited about how it turned out and where to go from here. I plan to start betas for that in a few months when I've had time to go through and reread, edit it as best I can and get it out to people. And the same can be said for Third Ache. I'll let it sit for a while and then go back to it. That said, the form to register beta interest is in the description, so leave your details and I might get back to you at some point in the future. Going back to Third Ache, I had a subplot at the beginning of Second Pang. It came out of nowhere and I ran with it, and it stayed as a subplot throughout the 3rd book, but has now become a full plot point for when I write Fourth Torment. This is so exciting to me because I can feel where the story is going and I can see it in my head, and I'm just super excited about getting it out there and getting to explore it on paper. Dying Thoughts 6 Change was released on May 16th and it went amazingly well, and I had a great day and a great week leading up to it. We are now in the release month of Walk a Mile, which will be released on June 27th. I finished the proof edits on May 13th and it went out to my advanced ARC team and then went out to ARC readers on May 28th. And so I'm super excited about this next release. I'm looking forward to seeing how people are going to react to it because it's not my usual kind of book. And my advanced reader was really happy with it and she really loved it, so that's good. As you have seen last week, Walk a Mile is a sci-fi / crime young adult book, and if you want to pre-order it, the link is below. It's at 99p for the pre-order period and will go up to full price on release day or just after. Release date is June 27th, as I said, and I can't wait for you all to get hold of it. And in health, I had my 8th dose on the 4th of May and it was a hard one. I had some issues with my paw, but we finally managed to get access and do the bloods. But I also spiked a fever before MUPO, and so they wanted to do some more tests and checks to make sure there wasn't a big infection brewing. I also, as you may have noticed, there is no pump bag. I came off the pump on May 8th and it's weird to still be without my bag. Really weird. It's been like a month nearly and it's still weird to me. I keep reaching for my bag and it's not there. I spent the tail end of April and beginning of May writing in bed. That was for a number of reasons, but mostly because of the flare after shenanigans, which made it hard for me to sit at my desk. This is Miss Penn. She's gonna sit in my lap now. Sometimes being chronically ill, you have to just roll with it and you have to push it. Other times you have to take it slow. And this is one of the times I had to take it slow. I'm in the miscellaneous section. This is a little bit of both work and health, but I wanted to mention something. As you all know, I have a number of health conditions, which is obvious by the oxygen and the pump, well, when I still had the pump. I know that I'm seen as super productive, and yes, part of that is experience, another part is how I just make my time count. That said, it doesn't mean that you need to be at my level of productive or else you're not a writer. That's crap. As I've said a number of times, it takes as long as it takes and that's okay, and that's something that I had to really get used to saying and really get used to believing when I got sick and after I got sick and I started writing, because it takes as long as it takes and that's okay. I finish books quick, but that doesn't mean that you have to. I plan to do a blog soon about writing speeds and how they work. Everyone has their own style and they've got to do what works for them. But don't compare yourself to me or think you have to write as much and as fast as I do to be valid. I'm super lucky that this is my job. I have no other work outside the house, so writing is something I can do. And because of my limited mobility and social life and all of that, I can spend all day writing if I want to. Just be aware that my speed and normal isn't yours, and that's okay. In other miscellaneous news, I spent the day with my dad yesterday, and that was super awesome. It was also Auntie Joey Day. If you don't know what that is, let me explain. Miss D is my best friend's daughter, and I'm basically the other parental figure in her life. So we started doing Auntie Joey Day, which is basically her version of Father's Day. We had an awesome day, and it was all very good fun. Auntie Joey Day is always the last bank holiday in May, so we had just lots of fun. We went to my dad's, I got presents, I got tea, and all of that fun stuff. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do so by leaving a comment or subscribing, or you can find me on Facebook, on Goodreads, on Tumblr, on Twitter. My books are available everywhere, but you can pre-order Walk a Mile for 99p at the link below. And don't forget to check out Bliss 2018 and Dark 2018, where I'll be signing books this year, all the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching. Bye.